Yo, 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 yo. Got the old school BMB shirt on today.
Damn.
Whew. It's one of those days.
Brigade.
Welcome back to the Holo Chronicles podcast. It's been a month, Josh. It's been a month. You've had some things go on. I've had some things go on. HasLab
Always
has had
here. We're always here. It's not in front of the camera.
HasLab has had some things go on. Hot toys, lots of stuff going on. And so we needed to catch up tonight.
I just feel bad. I feel bad for the chat. Like they haven't been able to have their show for a while.
Yeah, where else would they get a chance to talk to each other?
They're all saying hi to each other. There's hugs happening. It's weird.
I know. Weird. Speaking of Matt, Shabby, Scuba, Mike, usual Mike, Brett, all the gangs here.
JD,
for sure.
Oh man, it's good to see you guys.
Jeff
left. They were just here to say hi. They're out.
Yeah, JD's here. Sweet. Okay. It is good to see you, Josh. You know,
quite
this is kind of where we get to visit too and kind of catch up a little bit.
You're obviously remote. You're in currently a remote status. Are you anywhere fun? Are you anywhere cool? I mean,
my living, my dining room.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it's obviously my dining room with the Star Wars decor. I mean, where else would I be?
It makes sense.
Josh,
Gord's here. Oh, look at that guy. He's here too.
Oh, Papa Gord.
What's up?
Well, I wanted to ask you. I posted a couple of pictures that you had sent me about. Side note. I will occasionally provide music entertainment at weddings and wedding receptions. Yes, as it turns out, both of us were working at different weddings on May the 4th.
We were.
Mine was not Star Wars related.
Lame.
Yours was. Yes. I'd like to hear about that a little bit.
Can you still hear me? I'm all locked up on my own screen.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
All right. Well, I do have this on my screen. I have this very, like I'm pursing my lips. I'm very.
Yeah, it's like you're taking a selfie.
Yeah. Is that all you get? Is that all you're getting? I don't know why my camera's off. That's great. Whatever. Maybe that's our view of Josh of the night.
The audio is good.
Audio is good. Thank you, Scuba. But camera, not so much. Yeah, I'm trying to. Let me just dive into this. That's a great question, by the way. Thank you for asking. I might just have to go to this camera. Yeah, so May the 4th was a big day for both of us, like you said. And we both did a little wedding action. Now, the difference between you and me is that I actually I have to officiate said wedding. I have to get in there. I've got to come up with a speech. They met with us, and they're just a wonderful couple, young couple. They met with us. I'm just going to go full you. So I'm out here. They met with us on, a month or two earlier, and they had asked.
Then we lost Josh. Okay. Hey, Skywalker's Academy. Good to see you, buddy. Well, here's the deal. Since we've lost Josh, let me tell you just about a couple of things that have been going on for me. My good friend, Shabby Geek, sent me something.
Am I back?
Hey, there you are.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
All right. You want to pick up where you left off?
Yeah, I will. It's funny. I could hear you the whole time too. I don't know why this thing's being such an a-hole to us tonight. But anyway, so yes, I got to officiate a wedding on May 4th. I'll catch up real quick. And it was a beautiful young couple. They wanted it to be, they wanted it to be classy Star Wars. So they weren't looking for like full-blown cosplay, everything going on. Or so I thought, which was fine, because that meant I could do like a nice mix of, traditional with a few token throw-ins. But when I showed up, all of their signs, because it was a nice, beautiful venue in somewhere around Camas, Washington. It's just a really nice venue, and all the signs kind of leading down, because it's this ex golf course that somebody turned into a venue, so it still has fairways and greens, but they're only slightly mowed. But anyway, it's beautiful. So all the signs are all in Star Wars font. So I'm like, well, these people are a little in. I had crafted a bunch of, on my laser cutter, these little R2D2s and BB-8s that people signed and dropped into a memory box or a time machine or whatever they call it. So in a year, they take out all those tokens and they read the little notes of people. So that was fun. And so I'm like, well, this is a little more Star Wars than I thought, which was fine, because even what I had already developed and written was fine. It was just enough. And then I got to take, the fun part is that I got to take like a majority of my helmets down. I asked them, I said, hey, do you guys want some helmets? And like, well, we bought a bunch of helmets, and they all bought first order stormtrooper helmets for the groomsmen, which was fine. I could deal with that. I was okay with that. Of course, I brought my OG, helmets down. And Mando and I brought Bo-Katan's helmet for the bride. She's like, I really don't have a helmet. I'm like, I got you. So I brought Bo-Katan down so that they could take pictures in those. But it was cool because I got to set them up on all the little cocktail tables, and the fun part, like we like this, right, Andy? Like everyone was super respectful with the items I brought down, but they were wearing them and they were dancing in them, and it was a ton of fun. They were taking pictures in them, and they're all just putting on my helmets, and I'm keeping like the dad eye on. I'm like, oh, don't screw this up. Oh, you look great,
Don't barf in them.
Yeah, don't barf in them. But like it all went down just beautiful. It was awesome, and like I said, I think we pulled off like classy Star Wars. Had the Star Wars vibe, but it wasn't like over the top, full cosplay. However, I sent you some keynotes that I found to be my addition to the wedding. As the officiant, I was able to put in my own stuff, and they couldn't stop me. They could not stop me. So I had a few, key lines like "May the Force be with us" during this wedding. That was great. That was my opening line. Was like, we are here on this very, very special day, May the 4th, and also for Chris and Brittany's wedding. Which I was like, that's a good start. Right? I think some of them got it, but whatever.
Classic.
Yeah, classy. And then we worked down through that because as I was like, you guys ready to get started? Because you have the opening lines, and I said, all right, punch it, Chewie. That was my Star Wars insert. I'm just giving you guys who care. Half the crowd gets it, the other half doesn't. And then at the very end, they had their own vows, which were beautiful and really special, and it was great. At the very end, then it's like the, put the ring on the finger time and repeat after me. And they did, which was the very traditional, like, I promise to love and to hold and all that stuff. But then they got done.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. But then they got done with that. And I said, okay, I just have one more thing for you to repeat. And I said, Brittany. I need to say her name right. I always shortcut it. It's Brittany. You have to make sure you say it right. Brittany. Repeat after me. She goes, okay. I'm like, I love you. She goes, I love you. And I go, Chris, repeat after me. I know. And that was the end. And then it was like, ladies and gentlemen, by the power vested in me from a questionable online source and the Galactic Empire, or the Galactic Senate, I now pronounce you man and wife, which was awesome, or partners, or whatever I said, because they wanted to make sure. So yeah. And then they went down and everyone was throwing stuff, and lightsabers came out, like fake lightsabers, like lit up stuff, and they danced their way down the aisle. It was awesome. It was really cool. So I was pretty happy with the result. And whenever you're a part of a wedding, which is a really, really important moment for the people involved and all the work they've done, I'm a very small part of that. You can feel the energy when things are going right, and you can feel the energy when things aren't. And there was never any energy that things just weren't going exactly how they dreamed, and they said as much at the end. It was like, it was perfect, and off they went to their, Caribbean cruise or whatever it was. So it was super fun, Andy. And I was happy I got to share it with you as I was going through the process a little bit. And so it was really fun.
I saw you and a couple of the Gressets in our hats. Well, you're wearing the hats, I'm not, but And then you had your little lapel pin, which is, I thought it was classy, you know.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I put the Holo Chronicle lapel pin was on my jacket, so I wasn't wearing like Jedi robe or anything, but I did represent us and our crew here with the Holo Chronicle pin, which was totally cool, and had a few people notice it and like, oh, I like your pin. I was like, yeah, you're damn right, you like my pin.
Yeah, you do. Hey, whatever we do, whatever we've done in the years that we've done this, our swag's pretty good.
Our swag's not bad. We really need more, but yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Here, I'll show you. I'll see if I can share my screen here. I got one really cool picture that I want to share. Maybe, but
maybe.
Yeah, my computer's not being nice. Anyway, I'll share it later.
Okay,
it's not working, so that's fine. But yeah, it was a great time, and I thought about all of you guys while I was there. Thought about just the moment. I mean, if you think about it, just a moment where somebody's asked you to do this, and you have to deliver, and then you add the little spice, and I know you do this, Andy, by providing a great reception and the right kind of music, and you do a good job, I know you do, of feeling the vibe and listening to the crowd who wants certain things and denying people who want terrible things, and all that, so that the night stays special for the people. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I've only attended one Star Wars themed wedding, and that was Scotty's a little over a year ago, and it was great. It was the wedding itself, not so much Star Wars, but the reception had elements, which was pretty fun. But that's cool. It sounded like, and it looked like a wedding and reception that would have been really fun to attend.
I figured it out.
You got some pictures?
Can you see that? That's the bride room. Can you see it, or have I added it to the screen? Here we go.
You haven't added it yet.
Here we go. There we go. So that's them. They're just the cutest couple. They're dancing in I had my Mando helmet and, like I said, the Bo-Katan. They're dancing on their way out, and then we had some freaks showing up. Those are all this one's my favorite, where she couldn't get it on her head. I don't know if she had a bun. I don't know, but it was just leaned forward. But it was a good time. Everyone was having a ton of fun. So there you go.
That's funny. Yeah.
I don't have any of the photographer, but I know the photographer. I can't wait to get back the professional photographer's pictures, because they're just going to be fantastic. So I'll share that on another show if you guys care to see them, or if you don't, I don't care either. Whatever.
You just share them anyway.
So yeah.
Well, that's cool. Let me share something that happened to me earlier this week. Our friend Shabby Geek sent me something that had been at his house for over a year that he'd been waiting to send me. So the backstory is that spring break of last year, I flew to North Carolina, drove down to Louisiana. The first stop was seeing Shabby and G-Force. And we went out and we did a little vintage shopping, and I noticed something, didn't get it, left. He went back the next day after I had left and grabbed it for me. And Josh, I want you to not tell me what the obvious thing is, but tell me the Star Wars connection to it.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what it is?
That looks like an ice cream maker.
Correct.
Which is the obvious thing.
Yes.
The Star Wars connection is obviously running with the ice cream maker. Yeah, exactly. Yes, there it is.
So it turns out this was a never been used before, like still had the cardboard like insert and all of the instructions and
so is that like the model, like the OG model, or is that just an ice cream maker?
This is one version newer than the one from. It's the same brand and same kind, but it's just like the next year's model of the one that was used. So this is
the Empire Strikes Back version, or what? Which show was the?
It was an Empire. It was
Empire. So it was
in Bespin.
There you go.
Yeah. So so
Awesome.
So I cleaned it up, and first of all, thanks Shabs for this.
Yeah. Are you gonna
but
paint it white? Or?
Well, here's the deal. I actually made ice cream yesterday with this thing, and it's delicious.
Ice cream. Yes,
it's delicious.
Was that with sweetened condensed milk and whatever?
So it's actually, the recipe is very easy to follow. It's very simple. It's like a little bit of flour and milk and sugar and heavy whipping cream and some vanilla extract and a little bit of salt. And you heat it up so it all goes together. You refrigerate it, and then you throw it in the mixer, and you plug. There's not an on-off switch. You just plug it in and it's on, and then you just let it go until it stops.
Is that rock salt and ice?
Yes.
So you have rock salt and ice surrounding the inner chamber, right? And then
Yep, 100% right. And so I made ice cream last night with it, and it is really good. And
nice.
So my plan was to paint it white and make it look like it does, but I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe whenever it breaks down, I'll do that.
Well, you could do that. You could do the exterior. You could protect the interior.
Sure. Just
that'd be kind of fun to have that as a functional.
Turn it upside down and spray it.
Have it functional. Still making ice cream, but have it you could even put some battle scarring on it or something. Take
a blowtorch to it.
You can melt a helmet. You can melt an ice cream maker. It's fine.
Yeah.
No, I think that would be awesome. Yeah, there's definitely some recipes. By the way, I make some mean caramel, so homemade caramel. So the combo, and we could
a little swirl maybe.
Oh my gosh, it would ruin us physically, but it would be worth it.
Holo caramel ice cream.
Holo caramel, yeah.
Caramel.
Yeah, I think we should do it. We could sell this stuff by the ounces for sure.
Okay, all right. I saw Jeff's comment here. Bespin Berry. I love it. I want all of your guys' best Star Wars themed ice creams.
Yeah,
right now. Okay, and
we're gonna go. Oh my gosh, it's so close because we could call it we have Ben Kenobi, so Ben and Jerry, so Ben and help us with that. Ben and Star Wars reference. Ben and Chewie. Yeah, Ben and Chewie's. Yeah, something like that. Ben and there's something out there. The chat will take care of this, but just think old Ben and here it comes. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We don't need to think anymore. Just wait. Holo conicals. Yeah, there you go. See? Tens of 20s of people will show up for this product. Exactly. Yes. Old Ben and we'll find it. Yeah. And we'll sell it. And guess what? We will ship it to you guys direct. And when it comes, it will just be a runny mess.
Salacious rum raisin. That sounds disgusting. Salacious rums raisins.
The worst ice cream ever made.
Great name though.
Oh yeah, we got chocolate chewy. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all good here.
Yeah, this is
Womp Rat Ripple. Damn. Ben and Harry. God, Ben and Harry. Oh man.
Ben.
Immediately the health department shows up with Ben and Harry's ice cream.
Oh yes. Ben and Sandy's. Ben and Harry's. Yeah, those are good. All right. Yeah. That was wonderful.
I feel like it's a new maybe a new tradition, especially with that ice cream maker that Shabby provided. I think it's a new tradition that we at least have one show where we go through some of this ice cream. And
if
I'll bring Cantina Caramel and you bring Ben and Harry's. I don't know why that one's sticking. It's the closest.
Van Solo.
Yeah. No. Thanks, Shabby. Thanks for this new treat in the Holo Chronicles world.
Yeah, you know, if we were in the same place tonight, I probably would have brought some down with me.
I know. No, why are we not in the same place tonight? Because you have a under
My
the weather
daughter.
child, right?
My daughter is under the weather.
I just wanted to point that out, that you're a good dad. You just hung back and
I was
didn't
like,
force
well,
God through.
I mean, she is 8. She could probably stay on her own for a little while.
I agree.
Mm.
All right, what else we got going on there, Andrew, my boy?
Well, let's see.
There's some more good ones coming. Keep going.
Great.
You keep going.
Oh, okay.
I'll
All
take
right.
notice.
Well, this I'm going to try and share my screen now.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
All right. HasLab. There was a HasLab leak of what the next Star Wars vintage collection HasLab could be, and it's a Cantina playset. Is it showing? Do you see that?
Oh, you just have to. I'll add it for you. Here we
Okay.
go. Boom.
And so it was a leak. So technically, it may not be, but it's looking like this is what it will be.
So this will be the next crowdfunded deal.
Yeah. So I didn't really have any initial thoughts. I know there were some people within our community that were excited about this.
Okay.
And it's a 3 3/4 inch scale. It's not Black Series scale. So
that's what so far, like the bars.
You know, there were just a couple of images. It's not like there was a set price point or tiers necessarily, but at least nothing that we could completely hang our hats on. But that's what it's looking like it'll be. And Josh, do you have any initial
well, obviously
thoughts?
This is a rumor, right? Like a leak.
Yeah.
So do you ever wonder if like leaks like this are just to get crowd consensus or crowd thoughts or polling, fake polling? You got to wonder, right? Which is fine. I would say my initial reaction is it doesn't make me super excited, which is fine. But that doesn't mean that I don't like it. It just means that there's, I'm not like, oh my gosh, which is how we felt about the barge, because it was almost the first of its kind, right? Like a crowdfunded something that we didn't have in our toy collection. And then the Razor Crest, I kind of felt the same way. It's just a dynamite piece. Now, when it comes to kind of a set like this, that's intriguing to me. I don't want to bring this up, but I still wonder why the Rancor didn't take off. And I think the consensus on that was their tiers sucked. They should have just given everything.
And there was a timing issue with that too, because it was around Christmas time, and there were like 3 or 4 other HasLab, things ending at that time too. And so it was kind of a combination of poor timing and just like a month later was when in the Book of Boba Fett he rode that Rancor, and if they'd have just pushed it out, so it was away from the others that were ending, and maybe it could have its own moment, and then it had its moment in the Book of Boba Fett, I feel pretty confident that it would have made it.
Can I draw a connection here that just, it kind of frustrates me a little bit, especially when it comes to, I don't know. I just think, like, I thought, I'll just go back and say this again. I thought that the energy and the effort that they put into the barge, like, it really was something special. And to your point, timing was right. Everyone was sitting around. I think that was still COVID-y, a little before COVID, I think. But everyone was sitting around waiting for something new from Star Wars. We really hadn't popped with Mandalorian yet. It was all like, it was a new phase. And I do think after Mandalorian, we felt a little over Star Wars'd. However, that doesn't mean that they can't come out with a great product. And have you seen, I know that you've seen probably the Optimus Prime HasLab, that fully transforms right in front of you. But the Megatron, oh my gosh. Like, it is like stunning. Like, I'm not going to own it, but I can't wait to see it somewhere. Like,
it is.
like
No,
I want to own it. Like, part of me wants to even buy it, even though I'm not a big, I was a huge Transformer fan as a kid, but I'm not a collector. And I saw that, and I always send it to my brother, my brother, youngest brother below me. Him and I shared Transformer. Let me hear you. Transformer.
you.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we shared our Transformer childhood, and that Megatron and Prime were the first ones that we got, right? That's the first toys.
Megatron. Yeah.
He wanted Prime so bad, and he's 2 years younger than me, and I felt like, oh, you little bitch. I just actually sent him this because I sent him the video of the unboxing. And I remember we were in Rayleigh's. If you're from California, you know what a Rayleigh's is. So we're in Rayleigh's, and it was toy time. Mom and Dad had every now and then let us buy some toys. And there was a Prime and a Megatron. And of course, Prime is, as a kid, you want the good guy, right? You want Luke, you want, whoever. And Prime was a good guy. And so I was like, Prime. And I picked him up. And my little brother was like, oh, and Megatron sitting there. And that's the old gun, right? Like, he was the gun, which they can't sell anymore. But whatever. No orange tip, just a gun.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I really, and he wasn't being a baby. He just was being sad. And as a big brother, I was like, gun's kind of cool. Like, I could kind of play this out for a minute. So I gave him Prime, and I took Megatron. And then turns out when we got home, Megatron was a full-on gun. I was like 9 or something. I could shoot things with Megatron. It was great. But I still did not allow him to touch Megatron for like a month because I was like, I gave you Prime. You play with Prime. And by the way, I can play with Prime when I want to, but don't touch Megatron. But anyway, I was a dick. Yeah. Sorry. Back to my point. Jeez. That Megatron from Haslab is phenomenal. Like, it blows my mind. It's a tank, and it just is awesome. I can't believe that they can make something transform like that. I just love it. I don't know that we get the same attention for Star Wars, and I don't know why. It's got to be the same engineers, right? The same Imagineers, whatever you want to call them. So that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see something with a little more effort. The Cantina doesn't excite me. It just doesn't make me, unless I don't know. What do you say, Andy?
Well, I do enjoy a good play set, but with it just kind of having the mock-up, first of all, there's not a floor, which I think that's a little tacky. I would hope that a floor would be added. It would be really cool if a couple of if there were just like some electronics in it with some lights, maybe, especially like around the bar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reserve my own judgment until I see a little bit more of it, because there could be some pretty cool Cantina figures that come with it. There's always that possibility. It'd be kind of cool to have like a Han and a Greedo come with it, or something like that, where I don't know, they could. I think what if that's just the start of it, then I could get excited about what more could be included in it.
Sure.
If that's it, and if it's just what we saw there but painted, then yeah, there's probably, I don't know. There's bare bones there that customizers will go nuts with it, and it'll look awesome. But
aren't they already doing that? I've seen some great custom made cantinas, or they're using parts of, they're incorporating it with the vintage throne. That's not a cantina, but you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's from Tatooine, but like, I feel like the custom jobs are so much more heartfelt than, I don't know. I'll just go back to the Rancor. The Rancor just didn't work, and I'm trying to figure out why, because I feel like I should have wanted the Rancor. Jedi was a very important movie for me, because that was the age where I can remember watching the movie. I was born in 1977, so I didn't obviously watch. I probably did, but I didn't remember watching Star Wars until after Jedi. And then Jedi, it was like they came out on VHS, and I was watching them every day. So,
yeah. What's up, Rick? Yeah, that'd be a great time to get a blue snaggle tooth. Yeah, now you put something like that in there. as one of the tiers, yeah, maybe, because the
Well,
blue
it worked for Yak Face, so
yeah,
it worked for
and
you.
that was only one figure, Well, I guess Java came with it technically, but anyway, that's out there. I anxiously await to see more and get more information.
Well, there was a comment, and I couldn't find it, but it was like there's like 100 other things I could do, and maybe there is,
Yeah. I mean, you can get pretty creative. I know we talked about just briefly before we went on about new hot toy announcement, new figure announcements.
Yeah.
Do you by chance have that on a tab?
Let me grab that. Yeah, you go ahead and talk about it before I grab it.
Well, I just saw yesterday, maybe it was this morning, that Hot Toy announced a few new figures upcoming, and they just were really cool. Hot toys in general are cool, and spoiler, we've got one on a spinner tonight for you.
Oh, yeah.
But just the ones that they are going to come out with here soon, they just caught me as like it was a group of 3, maybe 4 that just for whatever reason they just really grabbed my eye, and I thought they were pretty cool. So
Here, I'll just throw it up there. This is just from their Facebook page.
Okay, yeah. So that's just a
Bad Batch Commando.
Yeah, Imperial Commando.
And I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing with the lighting. Like they're adding some effects where whether it's battery or I think it's USB on most of them for sabers. That's okay. I mean, if you set your display up right, you're gonna add power. You probably have lighting in there, but I really like the lit up mask. I mean, that's very cool.
Yeah, agree. That was the first one that I saw out of the group, and I thought, that's cool. If you like troopers, you'll probably dig that. It does kind of have a cool look. Bad Batch this season was pretty good. Josh, what did you think about like all of the Bad Batch dying at the end? What was your take on that, since we're talking about it?
Well, spoiler alert.
I'm just kidding.
That's a spoiler for me.
I know you haven't.
You knew I was like,
I
what
did.
are you talking about?
Okay. So then we've got Revenge of the Sith, Palpatine here with his kind of crimson-y, purpley robe.
Can I give you my first reaction? Like the first reaction, it's maybe my second reaction. My second reaction is this is such a good sculpt. I mean, it's amazing, right?
You can hear him, can't you?
Yes.
When you see that, you can hear him laughing, right?
Yes. And my first reaction though is I was so creeped out by him. Like this is a young adult. I wasn't like a kid. Like this version of Sidious it just freaked me out in the movie. I was like, I don't like him. Like, which is great, right? That's exactly what should have happened because he changed in front of your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He became Darth Sidious, which was like, it was almost like he's held back the dark side for so long and then he just explodes with it and he becomes this. And so my second reaction is like, it gives me like a visceral, like, I don't like it. And then, by the way, which is awesome, which means I totally like it. I want it.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
You know what? I could see you getting that one, to be honest with you.
I could too, because I think he just, when I think I have an Anakin. Yes. Where is he? There he is. I have an Anakin who just, he's kind of like, Clone Wars battle Anakin,
Mm-hmm.
but he'd just be great next to a Sidious like that. He's got kind of a blue garb on him, but a hot toy. But these are really hard for me to avoid. Now, tell me about this one, Andy.
So this was a Clone Wars episode, little arc where
the cartoon, right? The cartoon,
yeah,
like they're in the animated series.
When Satine, which is Bo-Katan's sister,
yep,
she was captured and he went to go get her. And
okay, that's what I thought. But what do you think about them making it like realistic? Obviously, or
it looks exactly like Ewan McGregor. I think it's
so
awesome.
Good. Like it looks so good that I was like, what? And I knew it was a Clone Wars animated series reference, but I was like, what? Like, this is so good. Makes me want to show where this is happening. I don't know. we probably have enough Mandalorian armor at this point, but man, that's good.
Yeah. Looks great.
How much does he get paid every time they use his face? 0?
Well, it's probably the likeness is probably under.
It's got to be property of Lucasfilm.
Property of
Disney. Yeah.
So
gosh, it's good though.
And
by the way, this is another instance where the lightsaber is lighted via USB, plug in to the base or to the figure. It's just so cool. Like I love that too. Like, can you imagine that? Now I'm looking up at my figures and I was like, man, if I had a power bar up there and I could put a few of these and they're lit up on the shelves, it would be phenomenal.
So am I correct in thinking, Josh, that you would be, if you had to get these, they would be Palpatine first, then Kenobi, then Commando?
You're close, but I honestly think that this one would actually be the one I get.
Okay.
I am so
I'm
so in love with Starkiller. And this is just a video. I wish they had the picture spread that I was sharing with the other guys, but I mean, there's not going to be audio here.
Turn off
the audio. Thank you. Like this is amazing. Like,
okay, so rank them then. Rank them.
I'd say obviously I'm pining over this figure. Starkiller, Lord Starkiller is my number one. I just like all the sabers too, right? Like those are all acquired sabers, right? He's taking them from Jedi and Sith. I just love him. I love the helmet. They don't have a face sculpt for him, which I would appreciate, but yeah.
Well, it's gonna, if they ever do, it'll be of Sam Witwer,
Right. So cool. I'm pretty impressed by that figure from Hot Toys. Like that one made me like pumped just because I played the video games. I thought he was a great character, and then we're just getting into some Marvel stuff after that. Loki's actually
Force Unleashed your favorite Star Wars video game?
I got to be honest, I have gone back and played it, not all the way through, but I just go back and play it a couple times because Xbox will port those 360 games over, and the graphics hold up, the mechanics hold up. Like they're still fun. You're still button mashing a little bit when it comes to attacking, but if you put your sequences together and level up, it's still really good. And I think if we were to be, probably a little honest, I think that Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order took a little bit from that. They should have, and they did. Whether or not they need to admit it or not is unimportant, but like that was such a fun lightsaber game. It was one of the most fun lightsaber wielding games. Like I said, while it was a bit button mashy, just kind of like Jedi Survivor can be for you. You can use the same 4 sequences and defeat most people unless it's very direct. But it was just good. It's just fun. You're blocking laser bolts back into stormtroopers. You're pulling down a Star Destroyer. I mean, holy crap. I mean, that was so much fun. That was so much fun to do that, even though it was very game mechanic-y. It was so much fun to do that. So yeah, it's one of my very favorite. Obviously, my number one is Shadows of the Empire.
Classic.
Oh, I mean, so good. I played so many hours of that, and have little to no recollection on how it actually played, which is
it's so clunky.
Oh, I know it is. I remember fighting IG-88 in the junkyard.
Oh yeah, it was hard.
That was so hard. I'm jumping around. He's shooting the shit out of me. I mean, it was crazy. Seeing Boba Fett having, it just was so much fun because that was the Dark Ages, right? It was in between everything, and we were just getting little snippets of Star Wars content, and that was really, really good Star Wars content for my young age. And then again, yeah, you're right. Force Unleashed is rad, and then I'm a huge fan of the Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor. If they don't freaking make a show or a movie out of that, I just don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they wouldn't take that. That kid's a great actor. They got a great storyline. That video game's got one of the best Star Wars storylines. It's so good. Like video games, both of them, they're so good. Like I would watch that. I want to see the guy jump across all the crap and slide down, zip lines like I have to do. It's just a really and the Inquisitors and all. It's so good. It's so much fun. And then at the end of I haven't made it through Survivor yet, but the end of Fallen Order when Vader shows up, holy shit! Like that made me actually pee my pants a little bit.
A little bit.
It was great. Wasn't great, but
well, I guess speaking of Bad Batch, I know you haven't finished it yet, but the season was good. I think it had a satisfactory ending. And that's supposedly the end of the Clone Wars era, or at least for a while. So I thought that was a really great way to bridge or to provide backstory for the prequels. It really, in turn, made the prequels better. And I do. I think had it not been for the Clone Wars cartoon, Rebels, Bad Batch, I don't think the prequels would be. I mean, you give things enough time, and then you have fond memories about things that maybe weren't as rosy at the time. But providing a lot of the backstory for things that are talked about in the movies makes the movies a lot, for me anyway, and I don't think I'm alone, but I think it really provided the necessary backgrounds, to discuss things like who Sifo Dyas was and how exactly, Palpatine was moving in the background and how Anakin's story really developed, and as well as Obi-Wan's and their relationship. And so, it did things movies.
You're saying that about all the combination of all of those animations, right?
Yes. So all of those animations really, really now for me make the prequels so much meatier. And, where it was like, they'd mention things in the movies. You're like, what's that? Camino, what's the backstory with Camino?
So that's a really good, it's not like profound, but it's a really good take. So you think that there's an opportunity? Well, there is an opportunity. They did that with Andor or Rogue One, and then Andor, right? So do you think that I believe obviously that Andor and Rogue One are doing that for the original trilogy, right? They're giving that meat leading up to yet another, the Galactic Empire, the battle that goes through that. Do you think there's an opportunity for them to kind of Clone Wars Clone Wars-esque animated series, the lead up or the interludes between Star Wars or New Hope and Empire
and sequels?
Yeah. Do you think there's an opportunity for that, or do you think that's so played that people don't want to see it?
Well, as long as there are people our age around, I think there's definitely an audience for it. What I'm curious about is how they will do that to try and fill in the sequels, because I think that's the next move. Because
we're
already now about 10 years outside of The Force Awakens, and starting to get some the Acolyte comes out pretty soon. I know a comment was just made about that, but that goes prequels. And so, the other move there, I think, is to start providing story that fills in the sequels, which I think, in a way, Mandalorian and even Ahsoka a bit, I think, are kind of doing a little bit of that, providing some story that make the sequels a little bit more, palatable, or fill in some backstory of things that didn't quite make sense the first go around. Now, that may or may not do anything for you, but I also think that there's a younger audience for that, just like there was a younger audience for the prequels too. So,
I got a funny callback.
Okay,
to the younger audience. Remember when I told you in my wedding speech, I said the whole like repeat after me, I love you, and then the I know from the bride and the groom.
Yes.
One of the groomsmen later on was like, bro, and we're talking 25, whatever. He's like, bro, I didn't know that was a Star Wars reference. And then when you just laid that out, I was like, whoa, man, that's pretty harsh. And then I was like, oh, it's Star Wars reference. I was like, yeah, I could get canceled for that. I get you. But we're talking about Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher here. So this is canon for sure. Take it easy, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was like, dude, I thought you just laid it out there, man. I was like, no, that's a Star Wars reference. You're fine.
Way to educate the younger generation there, Josh. I'm proud of you.
Who knows? It landed with probably 20 people, and the rest think I'm an ass. That's fine.
Well, that's fine as long as the bride and groom had a good time. I think it's time, Josh. We haven't had one in a little while, but let's pull up. Do you want me to hit the?
You're gonna have to hit it because I'm gonna have to hit the music. Then I have to run.
Okay. Well,
because we had technical difficulties today, but we always do. So we had holochronicle normality today. So are you ready for that? Because I'm gonna have to step over there.
Okay, you go step over there. I'm gonna
solo you, and you're in charge, buddy. And I'm gonna holler.
I'll be very deliberate in how. So our friends from Red 5 Designs, Greg and Gianni, as you guys know, Gianni gets things from time to time that the sellers won't send to the UK. So he sends it to my house.
Wait, no, I can't hear you.
Okay. I don't even know why I'm responding. He can't hear me. But he sent me this latest hot toy of his, and he told us, open it, spin it, use it as one of our Red 5 Designs toy features. So
Is it facing me?
Yes, it's facing you, Grandpa. So, without any further.
Ado. Hold on.
Oh, we got some ado?
We have plenty of ado.
I want the people to see what I can see right now.
It's so bad. Stop it. I'm with my phone here. It's not good.
All right. Well, apologies for not the stationary camera setup that we typically have. We're going to use Josh's phone. But we'll be able to get some nice close-ups too. It's okay if it's not spinning, Josh. We can just do a...
Has to spin.
I know that, but if push comes to shove...
How about that? Is that working?
Well, I can't see anything. Okay, yes. All right, I'm hitting it. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, in 1/6 scale, from the Bad Batch Season 1, Crosshair.
Can't do it without me.
That was great.
Come on, chat. Hit it right here. Here comes the drop. Crosshair.
Oh, can you even hear me?
All right.
Yeah. Cross my heart, hope to die. It's a pretty badass helmet. What do you think of that face?
Crosshair.
Season 1.
You get to see it. It's Crosshair. Old man Josh.
The box art's pretty cool. Love it.
A tour of the room.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Now it's just like a jackass video. All right, guys.
This is Blair Witch.
All right, thank you for doing that. Jesus. All right, I'm back.
All right,
That's pretty rugged. That was some rugged footage we had there.
raw. But that's pretty cool. I could see a Hot Toys setup with the Bad Batch being pretty awesome.
Yeah. No, that's a really good figure. That's a good figure. The Hot Toys just doesn't screw up.
No.
Of all the toy providers, I would say they just don't screw up, man.
Do they do the best job at providing accurate?
Well, for me, I can't say
features?
that. I can't say that as a blanket statement. I'm just saying, for me, when I get a hot toy, I'm never disappointed. I'm looking at them right now. I'm never disappointed. It's like, this is so good. The only thing I could actually say I'm disappointed about is quit giving me so much shit. Like, I just want to be able to display them one way and not have 40 different options. But that's a stupid statement because some people want to display it a different way. And I'm just looking around. They're fantastic. I've got Grievous up there. He's beautiful.
Yeah, Grievous
Come on.
is awesome.
So thank you to Gianni for letting us. He has for years now. We can actually say the term years allowed us to open. Now think about this. There's a special type of person that will allow you to take a brand new item. I mean, Andy was down here in my house, and he's unwrapping plastic and peeling off all the cellophane covering, and that's a special person that lets you do that. There's a part of me that's like, no, just send it back to me. Don't spin that. Send it to me. I want to unwrap everything. And then we do our best to wrap it back up. But, we suck at it. We're not great.
I mean, how would you grade the pose? Like, because I know he's going to be critical about that.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you look at that pose when it gets right in line with the box, it's just like the box. So, so don't be so critical, Johnny. Just continue to be generous and don't be so mean.
Papa Gord brings up a good point here. It says we complain about the lack of accessories, and it seems now we complain about having too many options.
We complain about everything. That's a problem. We're dicks.
Welcome to Star Wars fandom.
Yeah. No, he's totally right. No, I will say that Hot Toys accessory level is second to none. Like, you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for the price point, it's nice that they do that.
Yeah, it's what you deserve. It's what you deserve. And that's why I think they're still fair. I know that 250 or 220 or 350, which for some of the deluxes is a chunk of change. But like, when you're getting, like, I'm close to, like, I would be happy if that was like the majority of my collection, like vintage helmets, Hot Toys. Like, I think I'm happy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to piggyback on top of that. Not only do we need to thank Johnny for letting us, open some of the things that he's gotten over the years and show them, because I mean, otherwise we wouldn't have seen a lot of these things. Have them in hand.
We've spun more Hot Toys than I own from Gianni, I believe. I think that's an accurate, or at least as many. I think I've got 20, and I think we've spun as many from Gianni.
Well, we also need to thank Greg and Gianni.
Yes.
Because they have sent us a few of their second edition Star Wars Kenner books.
That's so cool.
Okay. Now, I just got, and I posted a video earlier today. Well, I went blurry. About these cases that I got from DC a company from the UK, and look at our channel for a short video. It's like less than 2 minutes, about these plastic cases that go over the books. They protect them and make them very easy to display, and they're really easy to get them in and out of the top as well.
And they made those special for this book.
Yes, yeah. The DC made these special, and you can get them on their website. I believe I've posted the link in the description, not only for Red 5 Designs, but for DC and for Collector Displays UK. If you have one of these books, you should protect it. And this was only 20 pounds. The case was 20 pounds plus shipping from the UK. So, but anyway,
how much is that in dollar reduce? Because we did see Usual Mike on here.
So 20 pounds is about I want to say shipping is about $28 US, which would then make it $56 reduce. So there's some math going on here.
I love dollars.
Anyway, I'm getting off the point here. We want to give away a book. Now,
what?
We're giving away a book, Josh. We're going to give away a book, not in the plastic case, but we're giving away a second edition, which the second edition has the bookmarks. It does not have the Kickstarter information that the first edition does, but it's just straight Kenner goodness.
Wow.
And we're going to give one away. We're not going to give one away today, but we wanted to let you guys know that we are going to give one away on our next show, whenever that might be. And we'll come up with a good idea for that. And we also have, and I can put a picture of this. We still have quite a few of these to share with you guys.
We have so much to give away. Okay, here's the deal. What we need is we need to be motivated to give all this stuff to you guys. And there's really only a couple of ways. It's through one way, possible way, is through unbridled adoration for us. Just on every social platform, just the love and accolades of the Holo Chronicles. Number two would probably be begging. I'm okay with.
Wait, let's not.
Groveling and begging is fine. I appreciate it.
Begging.
Well, sorry, you're still on. I'm talking and you're still soloed out. And then number three would probably be something that doesn't involve either of those other two things.
Yeah, benevolence. Do something nice for somebody.
Because we're nice. Because I just like number 1 and 2 as a thought, and then number 3 and 4 is probably where we're gonna land.
Yeah. So stay tuned about how you might be able to win this Kenner book. It's
awesome.
Giving
one away.
We're giving one away. We're giving one away for sure.
Yeah.
So maybe you tell somebody that missed out and is kind of kicking themselves for it. I know a lot of people that follow us because we were, we've been pumping up this book for a couple years now, and more than that really, but a lot of people that are followers of ours and mutuals already have them, but there are still people out there that want them, and they still go for.
Hold on, I got a good idea because it just happened in the chat. Like, could we do a nomination thing? So, like, the power of the people in our group, which, like, our peeps, the peeps that are on here that already own the book. Like, what if there's some sort of like nominate somebody that needs this book for good reason? You know what I'm saying? Look, you guys, as tough as hard as you guys went on names of ice cream, we need your help right now. Like, what's the right way to give a book of this caliber away? And Andy, I think we chatted about this or text about this a little bit of like, it'd be great to give it to someone that hasn't that doesn't have it, but it'd be even better to give it to someone that couldn't get it. And by that, I just mean like I'm not talking like it just didn't work at the time, just didn't work. So maybe we put some nominees in there, and then we do like a live broadcast where they fight each other. So
Yeah, like Kirk and Spock. Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
yeah, yeah, where we fly them out,
Ooh,
and they fight each other,
yeah.
and yeah, for
And
Gianni
and
and Greg.
yeah, if you can
That's
take
gonna be
down,
great promotion for them, by the way.
if you can take down Greg and Gianni, you get a book.
There we go. You have to fight Greg and Gianni for a book for charity. Okay. Yeah.
It's all for charity.
These are bad ideas. That's why we need the chat. Their ice cream games are way better than ours.
Well, this is
Don't take me seriously. Look, we'll come up with a better way, but fighting does seem fun.
Hey, first rule about Red 5 Fight Club is we don't talk about.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
No, honestly, like seriously though, that's the dream, right? Is to give it to somebody that
that needs it, wants it,
needs it, has to have it, it's got to have it. So I think Andy and I are going to be with the generosity of Red 5 Designs.
Mm-hmm.
Are going to try and come up with a way that our people can take advantage of this and
yes.
maybe win a book.
And just to be clear, our people are people that are within earshot of our voices.
Exactly.
People that we interact with on X or on Instagram, or if I have a feeling, I like your nomination idea. If you know somebody that would really consider it as in the manner for which it's intended to be a gift, like this is because of Greg and Johnny's generosity, we want to gift this to somebody that was definitely going to appreciate it, that doesn't already have one, and maybe missed out on the first and second edition go around for whatever reason. Maybe it was lack of funds, maybe it was missed opportunity, maybe it was just was on the fence about it just a little too long, and whatever the case may be, we've got one to give to somebody, and it might even be possible that we have two to give. So
what?
I know that's maybe just a little bit of a spoiler, but
all right,
I know that's
so chat. If you have any recommendations, we will peruse them at the end if you want to throw something out there. But yeah, like and we're not trying to look. The bottom line is we're not trying to exclude anyone. No. I think everyone will be available to get this because we know that whomever it goes to, it will land in a great home. If like Andy said, you're within earshot or eye shot of us. So
maybe we do a spinning countdown. We have a spinner, and it randomly selects one. I don't know. There's lots of ways we can do this, but we've got a book to get rid of to one of you, and maybe if there's somebody that that would really love this, maybe you can share that with them, and if they're not already following us, you can send them our way, and maybe that'll increase the likelihood that they could get an opportunity to get one. So
yeah, just stay tuned. I think is the main message. Stay tuned, and we'll keep you updated on the progress of how this goes, and maybe it'll be some kind of like, I don't know, maybe some kind of treasure hunt or something. Maybe we drive across the country or the countries and just bury it somewhere, and we make people find it.
Yeah, geo mapping or whatever they call that.
We'll give small clues. Like there's a mountain. We'll just go from there.
So it's not in Nebraska.
Exactly.
Josh, do we have anything else to discuss? Because we're at the hour mark here.
Yeah.
But do we have anything else?
I think
geocaching. That's right, Gord. Yeah.
You know what? I don't. There's perhaps only one thing that you have placed upon my table.
Yeah, there is. There's one last thing, and this is how long it's been since we've had a podcast, and I apologize because it's half on me.
And that does imply that the other half's on me. So, God damn,
Correct.
I'm usually 80%, and now Andy's 50. So that's
there have been some opportunities that I've missed out on, but the end of March and the beginning of April is when Josh and I have our birthdays. And in years past, we've done a birthday show. So this is a little bit of a makeup for that. I got Josh something that I wanted him to open on camera just for you guys, because there's nobody that will appreciate this except the people that are currently watching. So, so go ahead, Josh.
I'm gonna do
happy,
it.
Happy birthday.
I first want to say it's those of you that, and I know many of you are in the chat, in the room with us. Andy is one of the most thoughtful gift givers, and I'm saying this before I know what I have, which I could probably take it all back. I don't know. Is one of the most thoughtful. It doesn't matter what I have. Is one of the most thoughtful gift givers, and always sends notes and little trinkets, and so I really appreciate that. And I'm saying that primarily because I'm the complete opposite. I'm terrible at it. I'm terrible, but I do want to say that I recognize the thought, Andy. Thank you so much. And so I sit here with a heavy heart, with guilt in my heart, because I have nothing for you for your birthday except love. Okay.
That's all I need. And Josh, what's really funny about everything that you just said, you might be the only person in the world that thinks that about me.
I don't.
For whatever reason, I don't
think that's accurate. I don't think that's accurate. You've always I'm sorry, and I know
a degree
people in the chat here that will wholeheartedly disagree. Is that you do have a good job, do a good job of. I think it's in the moment. Like, it doesn't mean that you're like tactically going out and searching for a gift, but when you see something, you go, so and so would like that.
In February,
much like the shabby gift you just received, and then I know the gifts that you've sent to shabby. I know you guys just shower each other with gifts, which is great.
Well, I saw this in February and I thought, what a great under $10 gift to give Josh for his birthday.
I love it.
So there's the premise here.
Here we go. It says Josh B-Day Prez. I will say you couldn't even deign to spell present out all the way, but that's fine.
That's fine. This is no big deal.
All right. There's a little weight in here, so you're gonna see it the same time I do.
Well,
ish. I don't know what this is yet. I'm gonna show you before. I'm gonna look in the camera. Is that my glasses? What am I looking at?
Do you need your glasses?
I do, but what am I looking at?
It's an autographed Star Wars card.
Okay. From Tord Calican. Is this
Toro Calican from season 1 of The Mandalorian? He was the idiot bounty hunter that nobody liked.
That nobody liked, and you got a signed version?
Yeah, to go on your autograph wall.
This is the best thing that's happened to this guy. This actor.
Oh, focus.
Damn it. I'm trying. Let me bring it back. I just wanted to get it closer. Wow.
Now it's worse.
Hold on. Such an ass. These cameras. All right. Let me try again.
Okay. It's that glare. There's a glare on it.
I see.
There you go.
Let's look at that signature.
Yeah. He kind of looks like oh shoot.
Baby Boba Fett?
Like James Franco. He kind of looks like James Franco a little bit.
Does he look like James Franco? This is good though. So what you got me was one of the most worthless signed cards.
No, it's just a generally unlikable character,
this guy, didn't we? We hated it.
Yeah, he was a tool.
He
And-
led. Didn't he shoot Fennec Shen? Didn't he shoot her, or is that the other guy? No, this was the first bounty. So he sucked. He just didn't do anything.
Yeah, he wanted to go get Fennec Shan.
Yes. No, I thought. Yeah, he shot her. He shot her. Didn't he? Great coaster. See, you know who thinks you're a great gift giver is
Well,
Miss Emily Elizabeth T.
yeah.
I know. See, you're being humble, but I do stand by what I just said. I don't. It's focusing. What's that? What's that camera? What is that back? Is that anything worth focus? You focus on me.
It's not focusing on you.
All right. Thank
Well,
you, Randy.
Hey, happy birthday. You can put it on your autograph wall right next to Carrie Fisher and Tamira Morrison and
Yeah.
James Earl Jones and all the greats.
All the greats. Where he belongs.
What's his real name?
I can't freaking read, bro.
Okay, never mind then. Never mind then.
His name is Tord Calican, and I think
Toro.
Oh, that's a. Oh, it is a. Oh,
It's Toro Calican. I do know that.
Tord is better. Yeah, Toro Calican. So if you just, oh no, it's Jake Cannavale.
Oh yeah, Jake Cannavale.
Cannavale as Tord. I'm sticking with it. It's Turd Calican. Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy.
No.
So thoughtful.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it was under $10.
I hope it was under 5.
Well, with shipping, I think it was like 9.
Turd. There he is. His dad is a really good actor. Is he? Mr. Cannavale. Yeah, he was. He sucked, didn't he?
Yeah, in that first season, I think he was considered the least likable character. You know, but you're still on a Star Wars incredibly successful first season of a show.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Fine.
You're gonna.
So anyway,
yeah, tell that to Hayden. But yeah, you got it. You're gonna land on loopers.
Yeah. So anyway, happy birthday, Josh.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Turd Calico.
Turd Calico.
Calican.
Calican.
Oh, by the way, I did get. I'll show this off. This is pretty cool. This was my.
Not yet, Gilster.
This is my officiants. Oh, it's up. There we go.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I was. Now look at all the beautiful notes I wrote about this wedding. It's nothing. But it was a gift for me when I got there. But that's a cool cover, right? It's all like suede. It's really cool. And I do know that Kenny is on here. Kenny will watch or listen at some point. And by the way, beautiful wedding, buddy. Good job, Dad. You nailed
Mr.
it.
Gressett.
Yes, he nailed it. Did
he have a speech?
He had a dance, and it was
Oh.
fantastic. So I don't care what he says. He had a dance, and he pulled it off. It was great.
Was it like the Macarena?
It was just choreographed to a song that I can't recall, but it was just great. It's always good. Like, look, you're a girl dad. I'm a girl dad. That's the pinnacle. Like right there, that moment is kind of it's not like you're handing the torch off because they're still going to call you for money or advice or whatever. Like they're still going to call, and a lot of people know that. But that's just where you see your kid, your girl. In my opinion, in my case, girl. That's what I'm going to have to deal with. Just make that next step. Commit to something. Decide they're going to stay with one thing for a long time. Hopefully, it's just cool. It's really cool. And there's no inappropriate way to positively react to that, like to be nervous, to be overjoyed, to be tearful, whatever. It was just beautiful. So I like seeing that.
Yeah,
I enjoy that. I can't wait for me to attend my daughter's weddings and not have to officiate one. I just can't wait. I just can't wait to sit back, just chill, hands behind my head, just like,
you want me to do it?
yeah, You got it. Who knows? We're not in charge, Andy. What are you talking about?
It's true.
You're going to be able to decide who Mr. Blurry Face.
Oh,
Now you got to tap your camera. Yeah. So anyway, it was great, and I appreciate this. I think it's really cool. I'm going to take notes on
what we want to talk about in our podcasts.
Exactly. Or maybe this is the planner that we decide how we give away one of the awesome Red 5 Design 2nd edition stuff.
That's right, my man. Giving one of these away. Stay tuned, and guys, I'm gonna give one of those Job of the Hut posters to anybody that leaves a comment after this is over.
Show it again.
The poster.
Yeah.
You come up with a good ice cream name, a Star Wars ice cream name, and if you want one of these posters, you go ahead and leave a comment after we're done here, and I'll send you one. Actually, you know what? If you I think I have about 10. If you want one, just get a hold of me on X or Instagram and leave me a message, or if you happen to know what my phone number is, you can text me. What do you think about that?
Talk to you right now. I'm just kidding.
No, but get a hold of me. We've got some to give away, so let us give them away to you.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch of posters to give away, and we've got one, possibly two of these books to give away as well. So,
and
we'll let you know about the book. You can get the poster tonight.
We got a bunch of you in the room tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we've been gone for a while, but this is a nice crowd. So thank you for being supportive of us and dealing with our day-to-day lives as we try and get our asses on a pod as often as we can.
Yeah. Oh, good to see you, Jeff. We pop in right for the end here.
Lovely. All right. Andy, anything else we should say before we go? Other than thank you to everyone for joining us and all of that stuff. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. Thanks to Greg and Johnny once again for their generosity and continued support of what we do. So thank you guys.
That's awesome.
Don't forget to go play with your toys.
Ooh.